I've got elevator access to the mining subdeck. It was a security lockdown, although I don't think it helped them. Now that you've got the beacon and the key, head over there. It looks like the asteroid is held in place by some gravity tethers. You have to knock those out before you can launch it.
Love a good gravity tether. Hello? You know what? You know what? Actually, there's a store. There's a store up in preparation. Let's go up there. Alright. It is finally time for our level 4 suit. Heck yeah. Let's do it. Is this gonna be the full toaster armor? Maybe. Maybe, maybe. Oh, it's only 35,000. I was expecting more than that. Here we go. Oh, good man, just finished a massive meal and chilling. I am jealous. That feeling right after you eat a really nice meal. Look at that. Look at that full body toaster armor. Oh yeah. We're basically unstoppable now. Nailed it. Sweet. Anything else that we need to get while we're here? We're gonna buy some plasma energy. And I think we are going to buy... Yeah, I think we're gonna buy a power node. Sweet. And let's sell these things that we've been holding on to for so long. Plasma energy, force energy, force energy, force energy. Plasma cutter. I don't miss the Ripper, so we're gonna sell some of these Ripper blades that we have in storage as well. Force energy, sell that too. Cool. Let's go ahead and put a medium med kit away, just in case we need it later. That could save our lives. Whew. I think it also turns dead people into monsters, then it makes alive people more suicidal. It does seem to have that effect. I mean, I guess if it's some sort of psychosis, like manipulating the people's brains and whatnot, it would make sense that it would have a negative impact of making them more suicidal. Because you can only play with people's heads so much before the pathways start to break down. Not like physically, but emotionally. There should be a toaster mask where it's a toaster that toasts bread in front of the mouth, then pushes it out to eat. Ooh, like a beer hat, but like with toast? That's a really good idea. That's a 4-slot toaster for sure. Dude, imagine if you could make it auto jam or auto jelly the bread too. Like it toasts it, and then as it's moving down in front of your mouth, it just slathers your favorite jam on it. Man, we're coming up with $1 million ideas here. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. Alright, let's use our new power node. Let's get more HP? No. No, let's upgrade our plasma cutter some more. Up our speed. Up our reload. And then get us ready to get capacity. We're just gonna fully upgrade the plasma cutter. I think that's the right play. Could be wrong about that. But I like the way that it looks on paper. And paper never lies. If it's on paper, you know it's true. Into the void, let's do this. Mining. Yeah, I mean, instead of taking the mask to eat, you just have to deliver through it. Yeah! Auto jam is when life gets dystopian, because that's too good of a thing without some serious bad stuff balancing it out. You're right. You're right. It's the next, you know, people say best thing since sliced bread. It's the next thing that people are going to say that about. It's the best thing since the auto jam helmet mask. Utopia always leads to dystopia. Hard to see. Just going off of audio cues. Oh, hello. Just going off of audio cues alone here. And look where bread brought us. Touche. Touche. Maybe the weight would be uncomfortable. It would have to be optimized. Maybe you could have it, you know how like the suit on the back of our character here, how it's got that like neck brace on it? Maybe have something like that so that if you like lean back, it actuates the switch to put bread in your mouth. Because that one would get annoying. Hi! So, this is not the first time we've seen them carrying bodies. I'm curious what the point of that is. Specifically, like, that breed of them as well. We've seen them carrying bodies around. I assume they're taking them to the bats, right? To expand? That armor looks like his new spleen and ribs. Yeah, fair enough. Is anyone gonna talk about how dusty it is in here? Because I think maybe we should talk about it. I don't think this is worksite safe. No expert. But I don't think so. Oh, never mind, I thought that was like a side nook. They want to snuggle up with the corpses. How about those things on his legs being chocolate bars? They kind of do look like chocolate bars, don't they? Look at how square his thighs are now with that armor on. Like, not his actual thigh, but the armor. He's got some square thighs. Living his best life. Asteroid mining control. Snacks on the go. Another workbench that we don't actually need. Where does that go to? Looks a bit like he's wearing a xylophone. Don't you judge the music man. Let him live his life. Ooh, that was a trap, apparently. Alright, I think we're supposed to come back around to this side, frankly. I think we're supposed to do the other bit first. Hey, look, a store. Is there...
Processing log. Supervisor
I didn't
Second
mean to grab
Engineer
that.
Dallas reporting. This will be my last report. I've seen what they do to the bodies, what they become. And I can't let that happen to me. At least if I don't have any limbs, I won't be able to kill anyone when I'm infected.
It's a fair point,
Please
honestly.
tell Dawn and the kids that I love them. Oh, God. God. One more. One more.
Damn. This game is pretty well done, honestly. It's pretty well done. When all you want to be is a musician, but your parents send you to engineering school instead. Dude, we have so much force energy right now. My gosh. I think having power armor of some sort would be more useful than having some rectangles on your swimming suit. Okay, yeah. Touché. Alright. Let's go hang out with this side of the room. I think we're... Oh, we need to... Oh, I understand now. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I do. Took me a minute, but I get it. I get it. We're all on the same page now. Come here, you. Gotta move the battery across the other side because our supervisors couldn't be bothered to buy enough batteries for the whole ship. Lazy. Lazy punks all are... How interesting. Now, what does this teach us? Because I don't know. There's two realistic options, I would say. A crazed unitologist did this, or, for some reason, the necromorphs did it. And I'm not sure which is scarier. That's pretty cool, though. Those are the 6 arms he chopped off. Well, we just ruined his perfect pattern, poor buddy. Alright. Hello? Hello? Demons? The arms are becoming self-aware. Is that the next evolution of necromorphs? Hello, demons. Hello? Okay, don't like that they're buffing us. This is never ever a good sign. Mining log, Dallas A, Supervisor, Second Engineer. Planet crack went smoothly from this end, although there do seem to have been problems planet side. We've temporarily lost contact with the colony. It's probably fun. First rock ball was extracted from the tectonic load approximately 1 hour after planet crack and has been processed, refined, and smelted. Results have exceeded even optimistic initial estimates. Normal recovery is around 35% mineral, 5 fossil, 60% waste, but materials from the first ball was 65% mineral and 0% fossil, in line with expectations. That's 6.5 tons of ore from a 10-ton ball. Assuming it's not an anomaly, we've hit a mother lode. That also has implications, doesn't it? Okay, so they just gave us a whole bunch of crap. Here we go. Oh, this seemed bad. We're gonna go ahead and deal with at least one problem up front here. Ooh, anybody else see our characters jump forward a little bit there? Sorry, fellas. Make sure you don't eat anyone else. Okay, anybody else? Oh man, this is gonna be rough, isn't it? Here we go.
Entering zero gravity.
So obviously, as soon as we start messing around with stuff, things are gonna spawn. Oh, they think they already have. Let's relocate. Take away any upper hand that they may have had on location. There you are. Ooh, he's a darker version. The darker versions are usually tougher, I think. I think that's how this game differentiates. Hey. Oh my gosh, Dwarf Fortress, yes! Dude, I've been talking about Dwarf Fortress for weeks now. Luigi, if you play Dwarf Fortress, and you're not already familiar with RimWorld, you're gonna love it when we start playing that on stream. Because it's basically the same thing, just with fewer options. And no vertical building, which I hate. I've tried to get into Dwarf Fortress a bunch, like several different times throughout my life, and I've never been able to get over the hump of learning all the graphical, what's the right word? Graphical uniqueness? I never played, just been watching. Nice. Yeah, I've watched a couple playthroughs of Dwarf Fortress. 10 out of 10. I can't wait. It's coming out on Steam, hopefully soonish, with some graphical changes, and I am absolutely picking it up. I love Dwarf Fortress. So yeah, when we do get into RimWorld, you will probably enjoy that. Alright, let's actually figure out what we're doing here. So we have another gravity beam. That's what the gravity beam looks like, by the way. Big Fudge, the one that ate us. We have a gravity beam, and we have an angry rock. So I think we're gonna need to line up. Here's my thinking. We have stasis. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to stop these beams. Well, we missed. Is there a stasis refill somewhere? What if we do this? Okay. Alright. We don't have an obvious stasis refill, which is not ideal, because this is clearly wanting stasis. Are there, like, extra rooms or something in here? No. No, they're not. Is there stasis refill back here?
Exiting 0 gravity.
No. No, there is not. Oh, yes. Yes, there is. How do we always miss the stasis recharge? Every time. Alright. Excuse me. Excuse me, fellas. Pardon. 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 Excuse me. Alright. Really big rock. What does that do? Seemingly very little. We've clearly got to do these things. Right? Okay, we can stasis the whole asteroid. That's something. Alright, let's get more stasis. Y'all have any ideas for what we're supposed to do here? Because I figure we're supposed to stasis the cutters at the same time as stasising something else. It's just a matter of how and where.
0 gravity.
Because we can stasis the asteroid, but we can't stasis these arms at all. Yeah, they don't care. What is... Oh, hang on, hang on. Can we kinesis something, maybe? Doesn't seem like it. Interesting. What the heck are we supposed to do here? What the heck? Let's refill our stasis, then we'll jump on the ceiling and see if we can get a better angle on something. I am thoroughly confused. It's something obvious. It's probably an idea that we already had and I just executed poorly. Alright. What's your dealio here? See, because that looks like it's mining it. I feel like we need to somehow line those up. How do we go about doing that? Because these do slow down. Oh, 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 oh! Okay, that was effective. That was effective. See, it was something simple. You're right. Hey, nailed it. Okay. Are we supposed to jump on this thing and put a beacon on it? Because that seems like a good way for instant death to occur. Oh. Wait, why is it showing that there's 2 more tethers? Where, pray tell, would those other tethers be? Oh, they're outside the ship. It does want us on the thing. Oh. Oh, I think I understand now. Dude, this is about to be rough. We're about to have to hold our breath while we do this. This is gonna be really rough. Whew.
Entering zero gravity.
Alright, everybody get ready.
Warning. Payload 8772 is no longer tethered. Untrained personnel should leave the area immediately. Exiting vacuum.
Whew. Nailed it. Friggin' nailed it. Okay. You guy sounds like he's in pain while holding his breath. Yeah, right? Like, that's the funny thing about it. Excuse me, our character isn't even holding his breath. That's the oxygen remaining in his suit before he starts to choke to death. So that's all the oxygen that he has before he has to hold his breath. He's just being dramatic. Okay. What does it want us to do here? Oh, I guess we're done in here. Alright, good talk. Oh, I bet we have to reverse that gravitational beam. I think that's the next step for us. Whew. Eventually the lungs burn when breath runs out. Yeah. But at that point, he should just hold his breath.
Zero gravity.
This guy is just being a wuss. I agree. I agree with that. I remember there was a point in my life when I thought freediving was extremely cool. And I got really interested in it. So I started doing like breathing exercises regularly. I didn't really have anywhere to properly free dive for the record at all. I did get the opportunity. I went down to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico? Yeah. Puerto Rico? I think it was Puerto Rico. Anyway, I went down somewhere actually tropical where the water is clear enough and got to free dive down to about, what was it, like, I don't know, 15 meters maybe? I think it was more like 12 or 13 meters, so not deep at all. But anyway, that's all roundabout. So I got really interested in free diving and I started doing breathing exercises pretty regularly, and at the peak, at my absolute peak performance, I was able to hold my breath for, I think, 3 minutes and 11 seconds was my record. And that was pretty freaking cool, the way that you can train yourself to do stuff like that. That's neat. I've always enjoyed that kind of thing. Freediving is extremely cool. Yeah, I agree. Staying 15 meters, your ears still feel... Oh, yeah, you had to... Yeah, I had to pressurize, for sure. And... It was probably stupid for me to do that because I went from freediving in like a 6 foot, or what would that be, like a 2 meter swimming pool, down to immediately jumping in the water and swimming down pretty much as far as I could until I picked sand up off the bottom. I have a rock. I have a rock that I pulled off the bottom to mark my achievement. And when I came up after like the third time of diving down to the bottom, there were a couple divers with us, and one of them was like, hey, you should probably get out of the water, your nose is bleeding. Sure enough, I had a pretty bad nosebleed for a little while after that. I don't dive because I can't swim. Swimming is fun, and it is something, It is easier to do than you'd think it is. The hardest part is relaxing while you're learning. But it's a lot easier than you'd expect it to be. You should learn how to swim. It is great. Swimming is one of my favorite activities, like, out of anything. It's definitely my favorite form of cardio, and I love biking, but swimming is so fun. Yeah, it was too much pressure. It wasn't too much pressure in the way of, like, oh, that's too much pressure, you shouldn't do it, because obviously people do it very successfully. It was too much pressure for my little rookie self to jump straight into. That was my problem. I went from 0 to 15 way too quick. Well, I've learned it because most places I go are holes where I can reach with my feet. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Start by floating on your back. Just breathe in really, really deep and just lay on your back, because you would be surprised how well human bodies float when they're full of air. And just in general, but it's way easier when you have a good deep breath in. And then once you get comfortable with floating on your back, then you can start messing around with other stuff. Because once you realize how buoyant you actually are, it's a lot easier to start manipulating that and just using your hands to move yourself around, in my opinion. I was very fortunate to get thrown into a pool when I was young. So the whole process of learning to swim is more of a vague memory for me at this point. I know I did almost drown once because I was being stupid, but elsewise, you will get it in no time, it's true. Yeah. And once you get it, it sticks with you. It's very easy once you know how to do it. The hardest part is just relaxing. But all the, like, benefits that come from being able to swim, like, anytime you do anything on the water, jet skiing, wakeboarding if that's what you're into, diving, surfing, anything, it's all really fun. Do your legs stay above when you plank? No. So, I've almost drowned many times. Yeah. I was talking about one specific time I was learning to swim. I have done a lot of stupid things since then that definitely put me at more risk than is reasonable. But, as far as your legs, normal human legs, when they're not amputated, I think, generally speaking, if you think of this as you, and the ends of my fingers are your legs, I think it's usually like that. Like, your legs aren't necessarily the most buoyant part, but that actually helps you float, is when your legs are partially underwater. Like, have you ever at a pool taken a beach ball and tried to push it underwater and how it, like, bounces up? The little pockets of things in your body that are full of air, your lungs especially, want to be at the surface of the water. It's just a matter of which parts are going to go under. So when your legs are slightly dangling and they're slightly underwater, then you're fine. Because with those being underwater, it gives the lungs more wanting to push them up. That's my opinion. I'm not a scientist. Don't believe me. That's how I know your lungs burn when the oxygen... Yeah! Oh yeah! It's not a comfortable feeling running out of air. I have held my breath too long, too many times at this stage of my life. Oh, bollocks. We need the power from the other side of the room. I gotta stop getting distracted. You people. Air beats water. Facts. Indeed. It's true. Also, I think mayhaps someone should fix the ventilation in this area. Because first it was just dust, and now it's like proper burning. I think maybe something is overheating slightly. And I don't think your system cooling should go through the livable spaces, but, you know, I'm not an engineer. I mean, I guess we are engineers, so never mind, I am an engineer. This is wrong. They should be ashamed of themselves. Too much ventilation. Is this what it takes to cool a modern PC? Is that what we're seeing right now? Alright, let's go, shall we? Probably should have saved. C'est la vie. Oh, hello, little demons. You got friends? Bring any friends? Do we have the key for this? Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. Did he just move? Or is that just a lighting glitch? It kind of looks like his knee is wiggling to me, but I think it's just a lighting glitch. I don't know, the water cooling seems dangerous to do instead of just having a heat sink. So the potato PC that I have right now, I've vaguely told this story before, so I'll keep it brief, but it used to have water cooling, and I have since removed the water cooling because air cooling with, like, as long as you're not overclocking, air cooling is beyond fine. It's totally fine. Don't take my advice, you might break your PC. Do your own research. You do have to love the necromorphs sound both moist and crunchy at the same time. They do indeed. The sound design in this game, I've commented on it a couple times. The sound design is very, very good, especially in no oxygen environments. Heat sinks just make more sense to me. Yeah, and I mean, water cooling is just a heat sink, but they use the thermal capability or the thermal properties of the water as part of the heat sink. So it also makes sense. It's just, I don't like the idea of having leakable valves in my computer, but that's just me, you know? To each their own, whatever floats your goat. Alright, let's then send this thing back to space. I don't think it's a good idea for us to send an SOS beacon out with this bloody rock. I think this is a bad idea.
8772 launched.
Beacon's on its way. All functions normal and broadcasting wideband.
This is stupid.
Now we just have to hope somebody's listening. I'll position the array receiver. I thought I saw my brother again. He waved to me, like nothing was wrong. Okay. I should be able to leave this channel open. What? The comms array receiver isn't responding. Isaac, can you get back to the bridge? We need that array online or we can't receive signals from anyone responding to the beacon.
It's always something with you, isn't it? It's always something. Sounds like a good spring roll. Well, bollocks.
Quarantine activated.
Yeah, come on through. I saw you. I saw you. There you go. There's that sound design we're talking about. Stay down. Who's next? I was gonna say, there's no way that was it. Ooh, you're one of the angry ones. No, 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 no. Down, demon. Stay on the ground. Stay down. We good? That's it? Well, it wasn't that bad. Okay. Anyway, as we were. Hello. Demons. We shouldn't have sent out an SOS. We should have set this ship on a trajectory course with the sun. This was a mistake. This was a big mistake. Fine then, don't turn off. See what I care. Back up to preparation, I suppose. Anybody gonna jump us on the elevator again? Really? Okay, I was gonna say. It's getting a little lonely on the flight. I understand why they're dragging all the bodies for the snugs. Why is that door closed now? Remember that thing we were talking about with the arms? I think the question's just been answered. Stay down. Stay down. Good little demon intestine. Alright. Let's go to the store. And then we'll go fix this lady's dang beacon. What do we have? Do we need to sell off any of the ammo? We have a lot of force energy once again. Alright, we're gonna sell off some of the force energy. And then we're gonna buy a couple more plasma energies. Because it never hurts to have extra plasma energy. Plenergy? Plasgenergy? Plasgenergy. Yeah. Sticking with it. Hello? They're really gonna front like they're... Plenergy, yeah. They're really gonna front like they're gonna actually let us get back to our objective without encountering anybody else. Oh! Oh, they weren't fronting at all. They actually did. Hmm. Touché, game. Touché. And that is the end of the chapter. Chapter 7, Into the Void, completed.